Hello, fam. Welcome to Plantish Live. I'm Nina Curtis. My co-host Sesavec Rando and I go live Tuesdays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and we're thrilled to be here with you today. We're thrilled to have you join us when you come on. We are at the last Tuesday of March, and we're excited to be here. I mean, spring is popping. Hello, Chef.
Hello, Chef. How are you?
I'm good. How are you on this Taco Tuesday?
I feel refreshed. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you look refreshed.
Thank
Something's
you.
working over there.
Spring has sprung and I'm springing.
It's the new year for many of us,
Yeah,
the official new year, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I'm so excited for today's conversation. One of my faves, one of our faves is
Yes.
joining us. So, yeah, I'm ready.
Can you believe it's been four
Four
months?
months. No, absolutely not. Yeah, no.
Crazy. Hello, fam. Thank you for joining us, for coming in. We see you, and we're so thrilled. Every time a guest comes on, we like get them to commit that they'll come back. And I think people say, yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't know we're going to call them on it. And we just felt it so appropriate. As I was saying, it's the last Tuesday in March, which is the month that celebrates Women's History Month. We know we are going to go on about our business and continue in our brilliance celebrating women. But, Chef, when you and I spoke about it, we just thought it would be so appropriate to bring this specific person back because she did say, yes, I'll come back. And she shared some things with us. And she, in 4 months, has accomplished so much that we
Absolutely.
were like, let's do it. She said, let's
Yeah,
do it. She wanted to share some things with the
yeah.
fam. And if you've not been introduced to our guest that's coming on, I don't know why I'm like holding it as a secret. I'm like a kid in a candy store. You are going to learn so much about her, be so inspired. But Chef, tell me, what are some of the takeaways? I know you and I've spoken, but I just want to share with the fam. What are some of the takeaways that just made our conversation, I'm going to say it with Asha Wheeldon, the CEO and founder of Kula, so memorable to you?
Oh my goodness. The entire conversation was just like a package deal, was a vibe. But the thing that stood out to me most was that cooking with love piece. Because not many people know. And when you know, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, when Asha said that, it just stuck with me. And I'm like, yes, 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 we need more of that. Just the mind, body, and spirit aspect that she chooses to put into her products. You can feel it, you can taste it. Everything that she does is really intentional with Kula Foods. Um, and yeah, not to mention the products were amazing. You know how I feel about the Pili Pili hot sauce. I put that on
Yes.
everything. So, the conversation was one thing, and then actually using the products was a completely another thing. So I feel like those two things together, Mary, just made her my favorite. And there she is.
And
Asha,
there she is. We're just,
welcome.
Morning.
good morning. We're just giving you your flowers and hope you're over there blushing talking about you because, Chef will always say Kula and Asha. And I'm like, let's get her back. Let's get her back. And you said you'd come
I'm
back. So,
always
thank you. Thank you. We are truly fam in this club. We all fam. I just have to say that on Tuesdays. I just need to get that out because
yes.
it dances rent free in my head. So how are you doing?
I'm so good right now. I've been looking forward to this morning, so I'm feeling great. Just looking forward to our conversation. I've been thinking about it all week, and yeah, I'm just grateful.
Well, we thank you. We are honoring you during this month of Women's History Month. We know you have a full plate. You are a wife and a mom and a business owner, and then you have a life. You have a life
Yeah,
with
got some
all of that.
all in
And
between. We get it done.
from my side, you make it look so effortless. While I know I know, but I think that's what so many women do. You know, they don't make excuses. They've got a lot of weight they're carrying and they carry it. And I like that saying, it's not, you know, the weight we carry, it's how we carry it. And so when I think of you, you carry everything with such grace. So just want to put that out there. Fam, I've pinned Kula Foods that's CA for Canada, in the chat. Please share with us where you're tapping in from. Thank you for being here. Asha, I wanted to start off because we had a beautiful conversation 4 months ago. Can you believe it's been four
I can't
months?
believe it. I thought this was a month ago. Wow. Time really just, I
It
can't believe
flies when we're having
that's,
fun or trying to stay out of trouble. I
that's
don't know
right.
which one. Both
That's
are fun.
exactly it. But I can't
So,
4 months ago. And here we are. It's, so there's I'm part of this group of, like, call it Kumbaya in business, called Social Venture Institute. And when we gather yearly or twice a year, we always say this line, it's been an incredible year. And this is sort of like imagining a time with your friend and you get to catch up. And so I feel like this is that incredible 4 months that we get to sort of sit down and carry on from where we left off last time.
most definitely. And I know we could jump in and some people are going to be like, what are they talking about? Because I feel like, you know, our family, our community fam, you get to just kind of hear us talk genuinely, authentically, and we could ramble on. So in my head, I kind of have my mental notes. So Asha, I'd like you to just set the table for anybody that has not heard us, you know, talk, share, or heard of Kula or tried Kula. Fam, if you have tried Kula, if during our last session live you bought into Kula and you're loving it, please drop that in the comments. But why don't you set the table for what Kula is and what inspired you? Because I remember in our last conversation, right, Chef, you spoke about, or Chef even asked you about, what inspires you and how did this baby birth? Because every business is a baby to me.
Absolutely. I'll start with Kula, what it means. It means eat in Kiswahili. And so a lot of our message is around, togetherness, eating together in all aspects, with food or without. And my inspiration, so I started this company in 2018, and it was really for my needs. I had, transitioned my diet. I was eating plants, and I was also new in a new almost said country. It felt like a new country. I was in a new city, in a different region, and I really didn't see a lot of food that reminded me of home. And mostly, I would say African and Caribbean food is what resonates for me. I'm originally from Kenya, and so a lot of our practice around community and sharing is really embedded in food, from when we grow, how we grow it, how it's shared, how it's prepared. Um, and so, yeah, Kula came to me with the foundation around the concept of, I don't think I even mentioned this last time. I had a friend of mine who was in this with me, and we had intended on going into everyone's homes and getting people together to buy ingredients and then cooking together, and really with the goal of helping folks to embed more plants in their food preparation. But we made a pivot during that process, and we started a farmers markets, and ultimately, we want to share the rich, vibrant culture of African and Caribbean flavors and cuisine, and there's so much diversity in that. But I think, speaking to togetherness, and Kula means a lot in many languages, as I've learned, and it's often community, togetherness, and nourishment. And so that's really what we stand for. We are in Vancouver, Canada, and we initially had started as a company that was selling out markets and catering, and eventually we started to work with local grocery to offer like packaged meals. And that really came from the needs of, I couldn't duplicate myself. So it came to the point where we needed to package some of our goods to to reach more folks and, you know, be able to spread that joy and love of African and Caribbean cuisine.
I think that's so important. The things you share so much. I'm like in my head just going, yes, yes, yes. So, you know, you start out as an entrepreneur and like you said, you and your partner at the time were going into homes and bringing this together. And then you start going, but I can't reduplicate myself. I can't clone myself enough to
No.
be everywhere I want. So at what point, I want to just expand on this a little bit because I think there may be people listening that either want to bring a product. It doesn't have to just be food. It could be skincare. It could be a service you offer, but you can't do it all. At what point did you say, okay, well, you said it, but I want to elaborate on it, that you were doing something that you were physical service,
Right.
catering, I'm going to call it and such. And then you go, wait a minute, let me expand myself. And so Kula is really an essence of you is what I'm hearing. So how far do you want that essence to reach people?
Yeah. For the pivotal point for myself was 2020.
Okay.
You know, we shifted our physical as essence as, you know, global community. We really couldn't gather. So that was one step for me is okay, I can't go to everyone's homes, and I actually can't. In Vancouver, it was not legal to do that. So we had to sort of switch into more online services. I wasn't able to like really meet the needs and demands that were coming in for you know the requests for catering. And again, we were still so small. I just could not essentially meet the needs of the community. And I think taking those two elements was just a really a great time to start to think a little more creatively in terms of how do we offer. And at that time, it was affordable meals. We started packaging meals for 2 to 4 people with the goal that it was affordable because, you know, folks were losing their jobs and needed to scale back as well. But we still need access to healthy food. We couldn't really go to restaurants. And that was actually our best year because I think that pivot allowed for us to, you know, when you are an entrepreneur, you really got to focus on the needs. And I had no intention of creating a meal prep company or a packaged meals company, but the needs were there. Literally, people were asking for it. And I think that timing really helped. And it was really well received. So we found ourselves, you know, creating hundreds of meals per week. Still getting to people's homes, not inside, but we were able to still have those connections. And so that opened a lot of creative flow to start working with ingredients that would later become our plant-based proteins, sauces without sugar. So I really started to do a lot of R&D and like just production and testing during that period between 2020 and well now as well. Yeah. So time also shifted. I think there was just being able to answer to a timely need opened a lot more doors for thinking.
And I think that's an important point for our audience, not just from a consumer level to understand, but from a potential of, I think I have this entrepreneurial idea that entrepreneurs have to really be flexible and shift, watch the time, the climate, the trends, what people are looking for, and not be afraid to let go of what you thought you wanted and walk into what's waiting for us.
Right. That's right. That's right.
And I think a lot of people hold on to, oh, I've got to get this done. I said I was going to, but our goals are always shifting and changing. It's like, you know, the weather. And I always think of whatever I think of, I don't really own it. It's chosen me to birth it and bring it and let it then do its own thing. And then it wants me to kind of manage it. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. And sometimes it shows up in many ways. I also had a dream. So the foundation of the plant-based proteins, I never really consumed a lot of like, whether vegan or not, processed meats was never something that I grew up with. And that's also part of the foundation of what I've learned around, the food and food industry and processing. But I had a dream. I literally had a dream. People were eating meat that I created, made from, I think it was a grain. Like there was nothing specific, and I remember waking up and just like, wow, I truly believe in dreams and signs that flow towards us. And I think if you pay attention, it's there, and that was one of those moments where I paid attention to it, and I just sort of thought about it, and it was lingering, and just somehow it really connected. So I always I have feelings whenever that comes up, but sometimes you get a little bit of signs, and this could be something. And that's one other thing, and it was just before 2020.
Yeah. Well, in Plantish, we love to whet people's appetite, and Chef and I have had the pleasure of working with Kula, as Chef said, the pili pili sauce. He probably could put it in a glass. He's not telling us and drink it like a V8 juice, but that's all right, Chef. You don't. I'm not trying to call you out, but I want Chef, I want you to whet our communities, the fam's appetite for those that haven't yet. Because we're hearing about Kula, you're talking about it, but let's put it on the plate, Chef. What's your favorite Kula product? Sauces, yes, and then the actual meat
Right.
product. Tell us a little bit about what you've done with it.
Oh my goodness. Well, everything that you just said, Asha, was amazing, and I just love the evolution and you just ebbing and flowing and truly finding your niche. So a question that I just want to put up like a sticky note beside is the things that you created when you went into the homes of others and meal prepped, because I would love to know. But what did I make? What didn't I make with your products? Oh my goodness. I think the very first thing that I had when you sent us our care package was the ginger beef. I did that with some sauteed Swiss
Mm,
chard. Um, and I did um, some garlic rice noodles. And I just made like a rice noodle bowl. And then I made a salad using the Serena goat.
yeah.
And I used
Yes.
the pili pili to make a hot sauce vinaigrette situation, and so amazing. And then the chicken, the chicken
Mm.
I used to make a oh, what did I make with that? I think I just had that with rice and sauteed spinach because that is the staple. The protein substitutes, it's flavorful. All you have to do is pop it in a pan, have a grain or have some type of carb and a vegetable, and dinner is ready. That was the thing that I really appreciated about the products. So yeah, flavor profile 10, nutrition 10, protein content. I know a lot of people are like, oh, vegans don't get enough protein. Well, here we are, a product that is clean, amazing in taste, and it's made by someone that loves what they do, and you can truly taste it. It's so intentional. What about you, Chef?
Oh my gosh, I'm just like salivating over here. I think I left my body for a minute. Like, okay, Chef, can you push it through the phone? I also want to let people that may not know when Chef said that people will say, oh, as a vegan or eating plant-based, you can't get enough protein. Chef Sesabek has been vegan since birth. So if anyone can give a testament about a plant-based diet, he is your man. And, just take a look at him. He looks healthy to me. Don't look like anything's
Yeah.
going wrong over there. He's showing up so fresh and so clean, clean. You better get with it and want to eat what he's eating. And I know he works out 3 times a week, 3 times a day, but you don't have to go there. He's just an overachiever and we love him for it. So I loved the chicken because, I just love the texture of all of them. And then what I love about the 3 current flavors of, let's say, the meat is that they're flavored so well. A lot of times you get a plant-based meat alternative and you really have to, I'm going to say, doctor it up. But And so I kind of had that mentality, maybe a little. And then I said, but taste it first. And then I was like, no, I don't have to touch it. And then you layer on that the sauces. And Chef, we did get a care package. Yes, we did. But how fast did we go in there and order more? And I'm
Oh,
talking two
almost
and three of
immediately.
things.
Almost immediately. Like
Yes.
I was in the kitchen preparing. I actually recorded a YouTube video that I have yet to release coming
Uh-oh.
soon. But I did an initial taste test. Like I was totally blind to it. And in the YouTube video, you can see my reaction. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm recording the video and I'm like, I need to order more. And I did just that. But yeah.
I remember, Chef, when Asha was with us before. Yes, we heard that. Thank you. And we just thank you for giving us those items because I think people also think chefs always want to cook. And when you've cooked all day, the last thing you really want to do is come home and cook for yourself. So to be able to have your products, I paired it with rice. Chef, you asked Asha what she could eat every day. And Asha, what was your comment without a second of a thought?
Oh, I
When
could eat the
say it again.
sukuma wiki gali. Sukuma
Yes.
wiki gali.
And then we asked you to slow it down and say it again so people could catch it.
We'll probably do that again.
Yes. So that is one of the dishes because I love collard greens. And when I went to look it up, I was like, oh, I can do this. And then I had the rice with it. And then I did use the goat. We call her the goat. And we called out Serena. We're going to call her out again. Get the goat, Serena. We got to make that happen. So, yeah, it's just, it's so nice to have a product that has integrity, that is made with the intention of sustainability, being economic or economical, that it's affordable. Because Chef, you and I think are the same here. We can easily make for us, but when you have four other people or five other people at home to cook for, I'm not talking about the numbers of people we cook for outside of our personal kitchens, it adds up. So I appreciate that. Now, Asha, you told us when you were here last time that you were going to be coming to California, and you are a woman of your word. So tell us about that. I know you're here in California. I know Chef is like, okay, you better get over where I'm at. I don't care about California, but I care because I'm in California. So tell us how that worked and where you can get, fam, I put the link in, kulafoods.ca. You can order. That's how Chef and I have been ordering. But tell us about the California experience that you said was going to happen. It's happened.
Right.
And where are we at with that?
Wow. It's been an incredible 4 months, and we launched literally this month in Erewhon, all locations, and Besties, Vegan Paradise. So it's been a incredible big step. Conversations have been happening for a while, and one of the things we were trying to solve is distribution, which distributor we would work with. And let's talk about alignment, right? So we're a B Corp company, right? We are part of this big community globally that looks at benefits, impacts, and whether it's sustainability, social health, and so much more. And so what's really incredible is our distribution partner is also a B Corp company, and Erewhon is also a B Corp company. And so launching with them, and then Besties Vegan Paradise really looks at brands that they bring in, looking at plant-based vegan options. They are, diverse communities, women-owned. They have some sort of, mission around impact and support to community. And we had met last year. We were in California, and the team there, who are actually some of the founders, are from Vancouver. So again, such a small world. Said, when you're ready, get that distribution, you will be the first. And so Besties Vegan Paradise was the first to carry us. And like, I felt so at home walking in, and being able to see the products on shelf. And, so we're going to be spending a lot of time there. Erewhon, they don't play when it comes to ingredients that goes on their shelves. And so it's so validating, but also just I feel so aligned. You know, the last 7 years have been a lot of like testing. You know, we know what works, what doesn't work. We've had doors shut on our face. You know, we've had people say you're too nichey for this industry, and we don't have enough Black folks or people of color that would purchase. Or it's our food is for everybody. Firstly, I should say that. But these are the comments that we've really seen a lot, you know, from experience. And so there's just a feeling of alignment, and ease. And I wouldn't say ease. There's no in the industry, not, but it's flowing. It's flowing in the way I feel like it should have or would have, and you know, could be. It feels good, and I think there's so much learnings. You know, and this is not an overnight thing. I knew it was coming, but it was just like pieces had to be put together. So yeah, you can find us in Erewhon, in all locations, and then Besties, and they are more coming. And we are gonna get to you. Chef, we're gonna get to you.
Congratulations.
Promise.
Yes, yes. I
Yeah,
mean, you've been a woman of your word thus far, so I trust that you will
we
get
will.
to the Carolinas soon.
That's right. We're trying to get to our people, and
Yes.
really mapped it out in terms of where we think we should be. And sometimes you just gotta go there, you know, instead of, you know, we do get into many spaces. And I think the biggest learning for myself is start where you are received and welcomed, and really grow from there. And so that's our mission right now, is really focusing in regions and areas that we think the people are looking for our food.
Yeah. And you know, alignment is so, so, so key because like you said, it's not going to be easy.
No.
But if you have alignment and you have collaboration and you have community with people that, like you said, receive and celebrate your, you know, vision, it's so important. And guys, I was going to Erewhon with my aunt when I was a little girl. So Erewhon is not some new thing. It was a little different back then. The original owner sold it, you know, a few years ago, well, several years ago to the new owners. But Erewhon isn't playing. They have expanded through Southern California like no one's business. And as Asha said, you just don't walk up in there and say, I want my product in here. You've got to go through a battery list of tick offs because they're not playing with ingredients and, you know, what products offer and their intention and sustainability. Chef, where would you recommend or like to see Kula land near you?
Oh my goodness. Well, I am an advocate of local health food stores here, so I have a laundry list for sure. Uh, oh my goodness. But one that I frequent often here is 14 Carat. I grew up there. My grandparents shopped there. They've been around since the 70s. So I
Like
would love to see the
Erewhon.
products in there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And they're a health food store. They don't really play when it comes to, the products that they carry. Very clean, very wholesome. So yeah, I would love to see Kula Foods there. It would be right at home for sure.
Amazing. Okay. Noted.
Noted. Chef, do you
Noted.
see any comments in the chat? Hello, fam. Thank you for
Yes,
tapping in.
See you
absolutely. So
there.
Clover Valley Culinary, we're getting good morning and uh he's here watching from Sacramento. Life My Vegan, the plant proteins are fire. Yes, they are. We have Solistic Food in the building with some fire. And that's all that I'm seeing right now. But yes,
Okay.
a lot of hearts, a lot of 100s coming in on the side, a lot of likes, love for you, Asha.
You know, it's so with California, we were at Expo, Natural Products Expo as well. Um,
Yes.
yeah, this year I see Chef Dom is here as well. We got to connect in person. That was beautiful.
Awesome.
Chef Dom in the house.
On the house. And I mean, it was so beautiful because, again, in the perspective of where I'm at, like diversity is here, but you don't really see like people like ourselves walking around and spreading the message of, you know, plant love. And we saw so much of that
Yeah.
at Natural Products Expo. So I'm like I'm really carrying that, and I've been just sitting with it and how good that felt, and so many
Mm.
collaborations that can come out of it. And And then we met up with Veg News, or they found us. They found us in our booth, and they got to try everything, and they surprised us twice. First with best new product, which was the Serena's G.O.A.T, one best product, and for just overall brand message. And so that was very, like, I like can't tell you the feeling. It was so surprising, but at the same time, again, very welcoming. And yeah, from Veg News, come on.
Exactly. Congratulations. Flowers to you. Serena, I'm putting it out in the ethers. You will be eating the goat, your own food with a picture, and that's going to be blasted on a billboard, in every place. We just have to put out those affirmations and then be ready for them when they come.
Right.
So that is so awesome for you. Now, I also know you've shared with Chef and I a while back that you were working on a new, I like to say baby, because it feels like you're going into labor and everything else with a company or a new product. For some of us that don't have kids, I'll be arguing you down to tell me that I don't have kids when I talk about all the projects and businesses I've birthed. So how much can you share with the fam? Because I love it that Plantish Live, we really strive to bring, the news before it hits.
Yeah.
Right off the press.
Yeah.
So what are you comfortable with sharing with us about this new venture?
I'm really excited for this next step for Kula. We've always been about flavor, right? As you've tried our food, flavor is number one. It's a constant. And I love seasoning. I like to season my food. I love to try new spices. But I also, was lucky enough to experience many different spices that has informed the way I cook. So we are launching a new seasoning line. And the seasoning line will be
Hold on a minute. Wait, can you repeat that again? That was just not like I'm just going to have my tea. Can you say that again?
Yes. So I'm taking my cultural food, cultural seasoning, and really bringing it to life so more folks can access incredible seasoning line. And so I've been really lucky to have that, and I get to share it. And so a bit about it, we had expected to launch by early April. It is being pushed into May, but a lot of messages will go out. The process to the seasoning is essentially all the flavor you've been trying and the proteins. We've had, previous products like our stews, sukuma. We had a sukuma stew, portobello curry, spicy chicken, bringing that forward within our spice line. And we're going beyond just having, Afro-Caribbean seasoning. It's no sodium, so we're not adding sodium into our seasoning line. And I think this is kind of critical because we'll have access to sodium, so you can manage how much you'd like to input. You can see what you're putting into your food. Someone like myself, I will mix like 5 different seasoning to create the one thing. And so when I think about it, I looked at potentially how much sodium that I'm adding on top of one or the other, right? And the other part is we're using mycelium from oyster mushrooms. I love oyster mushrooms. I don't know about y'all, but love
Yes.
mushrooms. And so we are using oyster mushroom mycelium, which essentially it's quite magical. Yes, mushrooms are magical, and so I get to like put those 2 things that I love. We do use mushrooms in our proteins right now, and now we get to do that in a spice line. And with the mycelium, it in terms of cooking process, it can be a thickening agent. It's amazing how quickly you can actually cook with the mycelium. It's got benefits like iron, fiber, really rich in fiber, and so much more. So that's coming forward, and think of the flavors, where it's Ethiopia, Eritrea meets Kenya meets Trinidad, Guyana, Jamaica. So we're really looking to expand our products to really dive into the flavors, leaning into our superpowers, which is the flavor, And we're going to be sharing, we are right now, we have a wait list on our website to learn more, be the first to, to see it. Yes, Chef Dom got to try the barba spice. So
Oh,
there you go.
wait a minute. Hold up. Hold, watch your mouth, Nina. Hold up.
Wait,
Chef Dom, you got to try the spice before me?
I'm going to reel it back here. I'm going to
We're
reel it.
about to shut the internet down. No, I'm glad you did.
You're
We love you, Chef Dom. I'll just come to LA and see what you said. Go on, Asha.
did a sneak preview at West, and we made a couple of we did a popcorn with barbare,
Oh,
which is the spice blend with like olive oil drizzle. Oh, it was good. It
I'm
was good.
drooling.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hold it together here.
I
Wow.
send these to y'all. And then we did a pili pili. So think pili pili sauce, right? Pili pili sauce dry. We made a hot beverage. We did a cacao chocolate drink. That
Game over. Game over. I don't know what Kendrick's game was, but this game is over here.
this is what
They not like us.
this is what
This is the point.
you can drink your spices. We want to really unlock more of that creativity in terms of what we can do. It's not just the three dishes. Yeah. So I can say the three flavors now is our
Okay.
curry blend. So really, I love Trinidadian cuisine. So it is marrying that infused with a bit of Kenya. And then we've got the barbare, which is, I put that spice in everything in my tradition. I am part of the Borana tribe, who are, descendants from Ethiopia, Oromia. And so barbare is literally a flavor that goes into all of our stews, our pastes, and so much more. So I think that is the one that really has my heart. And then pili pili. Pili pili is one that you can use make rice palau. You can put into a beverage. And that magic mushroom is where I think that, the way it really brings all the flavors together. You're not just getting heat, you're getting a well-rounded flavor, but then you're also adding so much more into cooking. So I'm really excited in terms of what everyone's going to be able to create out of it. But our goal is to just unlock the possibilities of what a seasoning can do. Dare I say functional, functional in so many ways, and bringing that superfood experience into the seasoning line. And I will say, you two will be the first to get the package, the design. Works with the design because it's gonna be cute.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure. All right, Chef Dom, we're watching your packages. I'm gonna be outside your mailbox seeing what you're getting from Kula. And if you're missing something, don't come for me.
Everyone's getting.
Congratulations. You are really, with Kula, changing the spice game. We're saying it, the seasoning game with spices. We are claiming it here because mycelium in spices, it makes so much sense. It makes sense even in plant-based meats. And then you're talking oyster mushrooms, all mushrooms that have so much umami. And that is the magic seasoning. That is what we hunger, especially if someone isn't vegan or no matter what. That is what we hunger in food. And the umami is what rounds out things. And so for someone that's a meat eater, when you come into the plant-based world, you want to make sure you're getting that umami. So mushrooms offer it, nuts offer it, fermented foods offer it, kimchi offers it. There's so many things. So now what Asha with Kula has done for us, once again, making it easy and accessible for us not to have 5 spice seasonings and trying to measure it. It is, an art. Yeah. It is an art to get that balance. And those of us that cook and people like our food, we understand that seasoning art. But a lot of people, that's not what they're trying to do. They just want to let them eat.
That's right.
They just want to eat. Why does this have to be so hard? No wonder why people don't want to make their own food. But here you have no salt or very low salt, you have all your balance of flavor. And it's like traveling to Africa, the Caribbean, and having these flavors and knowing they listen. Yeah, I'm the hype woman. Hire me up because I'm going to hype
Absolutely.
because that's what I do when I feel so intentional about something and so excited. And we all send hearts, please, fam. Just drop hearts right now for Asha because this is changing the game, not only in the plant-based world, but in the seasoning world, which is huge, 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 huge. So congratulations to you, Chef Dom. I'm just gonna say, Chef um Sesabek, you need to get stock in that peely peely because I can see right now you be making ice cream with it and all kind of things. You'll find a way to put it in your oatmeal cookies, and I'm not mad at you.
Everywhere. It's
Absolutely.
Chef, talk to us. Do we have any comments? I saw some things coming through. Yes, Chef Dom, we still love you, but you opened the door. You opened the door.
Yeah, we're just getting a lot of love for the spices and yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow.
yeah,
So much has happened in 4 months.
been incredible 4 months.
Yes, and
I've got such
I
a
look forward to it.
tingling feeling. It's like,
It is.
when something's just bubbling and
Yes.
it's been working, but it's just like bubbling up and it's going to be like the floodgates open and
Yeah.
be ready, fam. You heard it here first. I'm telling you, I'm not going to let go of this, even though Chef Dom got something. It's all good. You know how I work. We love you, Asha. We love you and
I love
congratulations.
y'all. And I am so excited for this one. I think there's like, when I said it before, part of doing this was to recreate my mom's food because the way she cooks, like the way she really cooked before was just the way she has formulas, but also just a natural way of reconnecting. And for me, connecting into food is connecting into my culture. So being able to nail barbare, which it's not a thing that you just add, paprika here and there and it's done. It's a process. You've got to
Yes.
really use intuition. No one's giving you a recipe. I didn't have any recipes for these spices, but there's a certain smell. Have you both tried barbare?
Oh, yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes. It's
There's a
like
smell.
curry. People think
Yeah.
curry is one curry.
No,
It's not. It's like who's making it? What family? What region? The same as Berbere, right?
that's right. That's right. Right. And so nailing barbare is literally like I did it. I was actually afraid we almost didn't bring it in for this round. We thought maybe we'll do a line extension later, but it just didn't feel right, and so we decided let's delay things and actually nail this. And I am really, really like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. My mother tried it. She was blown away. Um, so that's the validation. And I'm just so excited to get this out because the thing is, um, everyone gets seasoning. We know, some of us season a little more than others, but we get seasoning.
Yes.
We know that it's got to taste a certain way. And I think reaching folks that way and showing the possibilities that you can have seasoned food. It doesn't have to have so much sodium. And there's so much more you can do with seasoning. It doesn't have to be just like a soup or a stew. You can do a lot with it. And so we're hoping to just unlock more of the possibilities of that, and just see what everyone creates and just have fun with it. It's gonna be incredible, and I can't wait to get it to you both. And yes, Chef Dom is official. So,
Well, Chef Dom is from the club, so we'll let him pass this time.
yes.
And I love that this line extension in this section of Kula is so universal because no matter what's on your plate, it's seasoning. And that's what we all reach for, whether you're eating meat, a steak, whatever animal flesh you're eating, no one eats it without seasoning. So this is so, you know, it's so smart on your part as a plant-based line, which all seasonings typically, unless they're putting something funny up in there, are plant-based, right?
Yes.
And people don't think about that. So you out there that always want to know why us vegans want to eat something that tastes like meat. Okay, Chef, what are your closing words? Because we know that Sister Asha has to get back in this kitchen and keep formulating because we are waiting with bated breath and just celebrate you. What are you thinking right now, Chef? Do you see
Wow.
any comments? Somebody's coming in here. What are these people saying to us? Let's bring the fam into this conversation.
Absolutely. Clover Valley Culinary says, I'm ready to do the Kula Hula. That's new.
Thank
Okay,
you.
listen, you got to show us that one, chef. Oh my goodness. Majestic Princess Royal, OMG, my fave garden chef. I think that's to you, Chef Nina.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
yes.
But
And yeah, lots of
oh,
love, lots of love. My
lots
closing
of love,
remarks.
lots of
I
hearts. Go
just
ahead,
know
Chef.
this was just a catch up. This is not the end of us being together. Uh, just stay tuned. Stay tuned to Kula. They're knocking it out of the water every single week. They're posting an accomplishment or just sharing just new things on the products and what they're doing in the community. And I think it's so beautiful. So yeah, just continue to stay tuned in with Kula, and you know where to find us here every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Asha, what are your closing words that you would like to have the fam walk away with today?
So this month for myself, it's Ramadan. So Ramadan Mubarak. This is really when it comes to food. It's the time that we get to slow down, be a little more in tune with ourselves, God, and delicious cuisine. So I just encourage folks, if you have cardamom or any seasoning of that nature, just have it somewhere, whether it's in your water, hot hot water, tea. I like to have it open and just smelling it. It's heavy times right now, and I think these little things that we have around us really does carry us forward. So just sending love to everybody, and we're planning out how we're gonna launch, and we're coming back here for exclusive offers that will be dropping for our first
Yeah.
that will be firstly, sign up at kulafoods.ca for a newsletter. That's where we're going to be dropping some information and here. And I just can't wait to gift folks the first batch of the spices that go out. And we are aiming for May. By end of May, products, all of them will be going out. And if you're in Southern California, please head out to Erewhon. So I think getting on shelf is one thing, staying on shelf is the other.
For sure.
So we're encouraging anyone in the area, or if you are able to receive shipments, they do deliver and ship. Please check them out. Go to Besties. They have some incredible food there. I will be rolling in there sometime in April, and we'll be, doing some demonstrations and just bringing the flavors to life with folks in the area. And if there's anywhere you would like for us to be, please let us know. We really want to be intentional about the spaces. But again, so much love to you both. I'm always
Thank you.
and I can't wait for more. And I can't wait to share more with y'all.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much, Asha.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, fam. Thank you for being here. We know you could be anywhere and you've taken the time to be with us. We know that everybody's busy. We will repost this session so everyone gets to enjoy it and salivate and laugh and, smell the spices through this time and take time to slow down. We are in that frame right now of just slowing down. And we thank you. We thank you, Asha. We celebrate you. We know this is the last Tuesday in Women's History Month, but it's not the last Tuesday that we will be celebrating or the last day. But we felt that you, Asha, would be so wonderful to be the person that takes us off into all our brilliance for the months to come. We are going to be watching everybody. If you have not followed Kula or Asha, please do. If you haven't followed Chef Sesabek or myself, please do, because you'll get our notifications. And I hope you see that we are bringing you information that you can do something with. You can do something right now within a 24-hour period. Go pull that cardamom out of your cabinet that you haven't cooked with forever and just smell it. If you've got the pods, which are nice to have too, crush that and just rub it through your hands and just inhale it and give yourself a minute. But no, no, no. We always ask you when you leave here and anywhere else you are to walk into all your brilliance. And if somebody can't handle your shine, they'll have to put their sunglasses on or keep going, because we are not going to stop shining. And we all know that. So I thank the community. Chef, I thank you for being here and being my co-host. Asha, we thank you, sister, for being here. And, we'll be at our mailbox just sitting and watching and waiting. But it's all good. It's all good. All right, fam, we are going to sign off now. We'll put the replay up as soon as it repopulates, as it does, and we'll keep rocking. And we're all going to be doing the Kula Hula. Maybe we need to brand that and get those T-shirts. All right, fam. See you next time. Next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. I know that's so corny, but yeah, I said it. I said it. Bye.
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 Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Tuesday.
Tuesday.